What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is HUGH and you're watching Mid-Afternoon Fraudulence. Hope you're all doing well. Much love to your mothers for joining me. We have breaking news for that ass. Well, it's not really breaking news, it happened last night, but we will be going over the latest breaking news for that ass from a whole host of clubs, primarily the Arse, but we will be touching upon a few other things, including Romelu Lukaku has revealed his shirt number and confirmed he's ready to play Arsenal. Are you ready for Lukaku to play Arsenal? I'm not so sure. Sunday, there will be a protest. We'll be touching on that. We've got news on Lucas Torreira, Aaron Ramsdale, James Maddison, Martin Ødegaard, Harry Kane, and a whole bunch more. If you have got any football news that you want me to go over, please do just send it to me on Twitter or in the stream. Get involved by smashing the hell out of the like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new. And if you were here last night and if you saw late night fraudulence turning into technical fraudulence, I do apologise for anyone that missed the second stream, which was a sensational stream, I have to say. Hopefully we don't have any issues like that, but if we do, we will just go live again. Bear with us. I'll say us, I mean me. How are we all doing anyway? Let's get some of you in the chat. I've got a chat box open so I can bring you up if I go over to this screen here. Whoa, we're already going in with the Odegaard smoke. Relax, relax. We've got stuff to look at. We've got stuff to look at. Behind me, you can see an epic picture. The guy who took this picture is on Twitter. I can't remember what his handle is. It's one of the best pictures ever taken from the Emirates, from the last Crunky Out protest. And there is another protest this weekend. Sunday, 22nd of August, 3 PM. The game kicks off at 4:30 against Chelsea, but I thought I would highlight this because it is clearly of crucial importance. It is of crucial importance that people keep up the energy, though. The energy has to be the same. Let me just click on a few of you. Much love to all of you who are joining us. Harry Kane tweeted, finally, we will be having a look at that. What happened last time? Chelsea fans said Arsenal were going to... Whoa, relax. You deleted the second stream. It was an exclusive one, not deleted, privated. If you are a member of the stream, you will be able to see that shortly. I just got to press the button. Arteta out, Edu is a trout. Okay, I can see where this is going. Greetings from España, Jonathan. Much love for joining us. As I say anyway, there is a protest this weekend, Sunday, the 22nd, before the Chelsea game. However, as luck would have it, I will be going to this protest as well. I've got to be honest with you, though. I've got to be honest with you. I am not that optimistic that anything's going to happen. We've been here before. We've done this. I seem to remember a lot of people turned up to the first one and then hardly anybody turned up to the second one. I mean, there were about 8 people there for the second one. So it will be interesting to see the turnout, especially given that there is transfer news. And that transfer news has landed, coincidentally, just as people were or are preparing to go to said protest. This isn't going to please everybody, but Martin Ødegaard to Arsenal, here we go, and deal confirmed. Permanent move, says Fabrizio Romano. A bit less than 40 million euros to Real Madrid. Bit less, let's say between 35 and 40 million euros. Personal terms already agreed on 5 years contract. Edu and Arteta want Ødegaard as only priority since June. Strategy was correct. And now deal done. Well, you know, Fabrizio has given us the seal of approval, so we're all good. Martin Ødegaard is apparently fully vaccinated and therefore wouldn't need to quarantine, so could actually be available for Sunday's game, and is reportedly in London. If anyone's got any pictures, please do send them to me. I'll have a look myself in a minute. But as it stands, we are looking at a transfer window so far of Lokonga, Tavares, Ben White, and very likely Martin Ødegaard. The deal looking to be all but done. Is this a good move for Arsenal Football Club? He is a creative player. We've been screaming out for a creative player. Is that going to be what unleashes Aubameyang and Lacazette back into the form that we need to see them in? Is it enough? Is it enough? And if, as is being reported, Aaron Ramsdale is being added to that, is this the direction that Arsenal want to be going in? I'd love to know your thoughts. We'll be debating with people on the phone lines, so if you do want to get in and have your say, or just have a little chinwag, get over to the Discord. We're going to be here for a minute, or for as long as the technicalities allow us to be. It's a lot of money that Arsenal are spending these days as well. That is something that we will talk about. We'll add it up. We will touch upon, you know, that argument which Arsenal fans, myself included, for so long fell upon, and that was that we did things the right way. Are Arsenal doing things the right way? Questionable. We will get to that in today's video. As I say anyway, much love to everyone who's joining me, or joining us, gang in the building. Cronk It Out protest, another fantastic opportunity for you to continue making your voice or our voices heard. Can we spread enough energy to make actual change, or will people flood the stadium? It's an exciting game, it's a big game, and because football is such a, it's like a religion. It is, to some people, going to be more than that. It is their life, and despite who is in charge, it is going to be very difficult for people not to go in, you know, to their own theatre of dreams, or whatever we're calling it. I'm one of them. I'm going to find it very difficult not to go. I want to go. I can't lie to you, I'm probably going to go. It's a big game, and I think Arsenal are going to win. I've got a feeling. I might be an absolute mug for saying it, but I've got a good feeling. I don't know why or where that good feeling is coming from. I think they call it delusion, but we will talk about some positives. I do actually think there's a lot more to be positive about than the general consensus is giving Arsenal credit for. There were a few things during the game against Brentford where I saw promising signs. Having watched it back, I actually think that with the right players, Arsenal were doing the right thing. It's unfortunate that we don't seem to have the right players, and as a result we're doing the wrong thing. Classic case in point, I will point out, I've got to find a picture in particular to kind of demonstrate it, but there are positives, and if you add Odegaard, we are getting closer to at least replicating what we had last season. Now the argument would be, do we want to replicate what we had last season when we came 8th? Let me go to some of these chats coming through. Eliezer Albiter, sorry mate, much love to your mother. He says, happy with the Ødegaard deal. If we could get Houssem Aouar and Ramsdale for 20 million, I'll be happy. I think a striker will come next year. Much love you, much love Mr. Albiter. I've got to say, Arsenal are going to sort out a striker situation soon, and we will touch upon Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, because as I said yesterday, there are a couple of clues out there, and this has been very well demonstrated by a guy whose video I will highlight. It is quite likely that Arsenal are just keeping a little bit hush-hush about the fact that, or potentially, Aubameyang and Lacazette may well have the thing that we can't say on YouTube, you know? Cheers. And as a result, can't get involved in training, and as a result of knowing that they couldn't have got involved in training because they would have had to quarantine, etc., they were already written out of Chelsea, or written out of the Chelsea game, at such an early stage, it was a bit like, how do you know that they're going to be out for that long if they're just ill? Maybe they'll make a quick recovery. But there are clearly signs that would point to both of them actually having the thing. So with the timing of the testing that was going on before the Brentford game, with how the media, John Cross especially, was pushing this kind of thing that Arsenal had to get this testing done to make the game happen, and it would have been cancelled potentially otherwise. Things are kind of leading me to believe that they might have it. That in itself is slightly less worrying in some ways. Hope they're well, but it's slightly less worrying than them potentially leaving. Which one do you prefer? I guess, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer that they're actually ill, or did you prefer the kind of rumour that we may actually potentially be moving on to the next thing as far as strikers go? Biff the Banana says, not transfer related, but got my first match back from an Achilles rupture. Was hoping the Lord of the Frauds would wish me luck. My son, may the energy actually be with you. I hope it goes well. I'm sure you'll be calm. Mikel Arteta is, wow, incredible. Mikel Arteta says, get ready to witness my annual tactical masterclass against Chelsea. Classic 4-6-0 formation for a 0-0 draw. Well, look, you say that in jest, right? But this is why I think Arsenal have got a chance. And we will go to the Harry Kane tweet shortly. Please do bear with us. I think Arsenal got a chance because we may not have a chance. You know, common sense just hit me like a wave there. May not have a chance. Could get ugly. Could get very ugly. Lukaku could actually want to. He's going to want. Oh my God! Wow. Yeah. The reason why I do think Arsenal could do well in this game is because we might not have too much of the ball. That's fine for this team because a lot of them aren't capable of having the ball for too long. Can't be trusted with the ball, ironically enough, even though they're footballers. And as a result, we could catch them. Are Arsenal quick enough out of the blocks in the transition to make that happen? In some cases, I think they can be. That's what I was seeing against Brentford. You're one or two one-touch passes away from opening up a lot of space. You've drawn a lot of men in. This type of opposition may well be the best to do that kind of thing against. Tom Smith, welcome to the True Fraud Gang Members Club, my actual son. I appreciate you. Who else have we got here? We got Farrokh Message. He doesn't say anything, but he's spreading the love, my actual son. Okay. Let me move over to... We're going to go through a random selection of breaking news. Okay? Let me just switch over to the tweet section. Kevin Palmer, writer, digital editor and broadcaster of Sunday World magazine, says, Harry Kane not going to Portugal with Tottenham for their UEFA Conference League qualifier, but don't read too much into it. I am reading an awful lot into it. I'm feeling that this deal could well be happening. I'm getting, my fraud senses are tingling. Manchester City cannot have... I watched that game against Tottenham. They could have won the game 8-1 if they'd had a striker. Who is this guy? Who's this guy? This little guy? I can't, no. This is common sense. Well, it's not common sense. It's a lot of sense. It's 120 to 150 mil. They've got to take that money. Surely they've got to take that money. He's got to do that for his career. And the British media, the English media, want this to happen so badly. I don't know whether it's because they are so keen on making Harry Kane into this thing. I've seen him compared on Sky Sports to Cristiano Ronaldo. Please have some respect for yourself. Please have some respect for yourself. You've got to win something to be in that conversation. And as a player, and in terms of his career taking a step forward, I would say that is just you've got to do it. It's such a lot of money, and City have the capability of spending that. Clearly, financial fair play regulations have been kind of loosened because of the thing that we can't say on YouTube. And super chat Blagden123 says, Hugh, I want Gabonese Werner out of the door. Wow, incredible. Rohan Vyas says Wenger was forced to buy 5 players for 70 million. Arteta out. And Kevin Doyle, you're an absolute legend. Farag Message says, what's your top 6 prediction, by the way? Okay, let's just do one thing at a time. We got an order, right? We've got a running order. We're going to try to keep this as organised as possible. Anyway, little touch on Harry Kane there. And back to Radio Stadio. Wow, Radio Stadio. Where are they from? I think they're Spanish. Yeah, followed by Nando. Guillaume Balaguer and David Cotter is definitely Spanish. Premier League. Radio Stadio says, what is that? Why have they put an E in it there? They misspelt their own hashtag. There's no E in it there. What's going on? I need consistency in the spelling, bro. Come on. Odegaard leaves Real Madrid. He will be the new player of the Arsenal. I like it. The Arsenal. They got it right. Incredible. Our own club couldn't get that right for about 5 years. For 40 million euros, the Real Madrid right of first refusal is saved in a future sale. Okay, that's interesting. They've kept they still kind of believe in him then. That is interesting. I like him. I have to be honest, I like him. I really did want him before the initial loan deal happened. And yes, we will have a look at the Fabrizio Romano tweet. Don't you worry your little self. My son, my actual he is he's very left-footed. I'll say that much. He's very left-footed. He is capable though of breaking between the lines, getting himself out of tight spaces, and you know, his creativity I think is underrated. He had a short time to make an impact, but I think he was part of the kind of positive end of our season, and he deserves more support than I think he's. I mean, look, you got to like and lump what you get, regardless. You don't have a choice. I mean, you can go to the protest and voice, but this is what we're going to be living with. So let's just entertain exactly what he can offer. Clearly, I think anyway. Well, it's not clearly, but in my opinion, as this is the preferred option, or this is the option that we've gone for, whichever one is the case, you're going to need something else because he does have his limitations in certain aspects. And for a midfield to kind of gel properly and for him to become an essential cog in the final third of the opposition's half, I think he should have different support, or we should have an alternative support. What is the trio going to be? Are we actually going to be playing a 4-2-3-1 with him in a hole? I don't know if football is really like that anymore. If it is, it's possible he could play 2 attacking midfielders like he did when he played with Smith Rowe. I think they worked really well when it actually transformed Arteta's time for a moment. Anyhow, like I said, I do think that we're going to need something else. David Ornstein tweeted last night, if all goes to plan, Ødegaard's proposed transfer from Real Madrid to Arsenal will be around 35 million euros. Is there any update today from him? No, there isn't. Okay, let's go over here and let's look for this guy. Let's see what this guy's saying. Paperwork's completed, says Ødegaard. Romano saying paperwork's completed between Arsenal and Real Madrid. Agreement for Ødegaard, a permanent move been signed. Contract until 2026. Ødegaard can be considered a new Arsenal player. Jeez, well done the lads. We've actually got a player in. Well done. Okay, an attacking player. First attacking player signed in this window. That makes it Ben White, Lokonga, Tavares, Ramsdale is not done. Odegaard is not done, but looking like it's a here we go and it could be done. Welcome to the Arse. Welcome back to the Arse, because he did have a farewell message for Arsenal fans that he left on Instagram, which I'm quite intrigued to see if he is now deleted. Let's just go over to... Not that it really matters, but it would be interesting. No, here we go. I think this is it. Thank you so much for these 6 months. My time at the Arsenal family will always hold a special place in my heart. I want to thank everyone in and around the club for the way you made me feel like a part of the family since the first day. Special thanks to the fans. Even without you guys at the stadium for the majority of the season, I felt you with me at all times. Huge thanks to the boss and for everything I've learned. Thanks to my teammates. Thank you. Always in my heart. Okay, well, we're back in your heart, and you're back in the heart of London. Welcome to the Ars, my actual son. He is the Norwegian captain. He was given the number 11. I'm going to presume that he is going to be in the squad for the Chelsea game on Sunday because, as I say, he is meant to be in London. I will just have a look to see if I can find any pictures. Evidencia, as it were. Let's have a look. And he is fully vaccinated, so that shouldn't be, or it shouldn't be a problem. What is this? Okay, cool. Jeez, I just saw a tweet from a Spanish guy that said something to do with Barcelona were involved. I was like, oh my God, no, please. Can we not? Okay, yes, done deal. It is Ødegaard. So that's your new attacking midfielder. What are your thoughts? Are you excited? And with the "Here we go" confirmed, who do we move on to next? Is it going to be Aaron Ramsdale? And what are Arsenal going to be doing about selling players? We have got some news on Lucas Torreira here. Obviously posting pictures from Disneyland during Arsenal's defeat to Brentford was a controversial move. Probably not that well thought through, but he is, the Uruguay international is, that's paint, is still under contract. The word on the beat is that he's fallen out with Mikel Arteta. You know, another one who's fallen out with Mikel Arteta. He's obviously spent a season on loan with Atleti. He's had a bit of a tough time there. And he was linked with a move back to Argentina with Boca Juniors, I believe. I think his mother passed away, so must have been a difficult time, but it's something that clearly Arsenal want to get sorted out. And there is news, breaking news for LS, and that is the Serie A side, Roma, are interested in a player who's already got experience playing in the league with Sampdoria, and apparently new manager Jose Mourinho would be very keen to bring him in. I'm going to go to some of the super chats, okay? Frauds in the building. I see you. Skunkworks says, I don't see it. Ødegaard reminds me of a B-Tech Ramsey. Wow, incredible. Ramsey, incredibly underrated midfielder during his Arsenal tenure. Absolutely top-class midfielder. Goal-scoring midfielder. Capable of playing in a whole number of positions, incredibly versatile, work ethic like you wouldn't believe, a model professional. You know, I can remember, well, there's Arsenal fans just taking the piss out of him because he made bread with his missus and that kind of thing, and supported Rhinos. He sorely missed, and one of the reasons that Arsenal have looked so dead in midfield. Ramsey, to me, is, if he's not an Arsenal legend, he's approaching Arsenal legend. And you can judge me for saying that, but he brought silverware to a club, or was part of a squad that brought silverware to us when we needed it most after, you know, a long time. And he was a loyal servant to the club. So, yeah, a big Ramsey fan. And you saying he's a B-Tech Ramsey to me is like, well, he might still be a fantastic player. You could be a B-Tech Ramsey and still be very good, very useful, especially with given where Arsenal are. I think we've got to kind of realign our expectations, lads. You have to be slightly more realistic with understanding what position Arsenal kind of hold in the market, or just in terms of stature on the pitch right now. And that means that you cannot count yourself in with a conversation with world-class players. Sorry. I hate to say it, but Aaron Ramsey coming to Arsenal would be a step down for his career and a bad move, in my opinion. Even now, you know, like that he is older and how do we play 3 at the back with a traditional number 10? You'd have to play 2 number 10s. That's Mr. A. Fucking hell. Ewan, sorry. I hope that's Ewan. Drop and give me 50, mate. That's in... I can't do that here. I generally can't do that here. But if that was you, then I hope you appreciate it, because, yeah, that's one of the reasons I privated the stream, because it just looked like... I went off camera and it was just mad noises. It's just a bit mad. B Gunner says, Odegaard, Bernardo Silva and Isak would be great. I mean, what planet are you living on? Genuinely. I appreciate the positivity, but... What? We've already had a rejection from Bernardo Silva as well. He has already said, absolutely, under no circumstances would I play for Arsenal Football Club. That would be a step down in my career, which is fucking piss take, really, isn't it? It's a bit of a joke. Who's this? Anyway, this is Skunkverse saying, I don't see it. Ødegaard just reminds me of a BTEC Ramsey. We have got, who's this? Ali Jason saying, this manager is a clown. Odegaard is... I mean, that's ironic, isn't it? You've put clown and then you can't spell, but all right, I'll let you off. Slow and weak. Why not just put... Oh, whatever. God, I've got to stop being a fucking grammar. This manager's a clown. Sorry, I'll just read it out. This manager is a clown. Odegaard is slow and weak for the Prem. Same old Arsenal chasing weak players. Weak players? What do you mean? Like physically weak? Would you say Neymar is strong? I mean, I don't know that, or don't you think Neymar could do it in the Prem? I don't know. Strong, yes, he needs to maybe, you know, I don't know how strong he is. That's the truth of them. I don't know how strong he is. Have you seen him physically bullied? We did have a stage with Mesut Ozil where I was like, mate, you need to get in the gym because you're getting pushed around and it's really frustrating me. So I think that's what you're saying, but he's a clever player. I really reckon that at the elite level of football, it is more about your decision making than anything else. Most of these guys have got the physicality to survive in the Prem for 90 minutes of football. He's an international footballer. He's captain of his country. I'm expecting him to be able to deal with playing football. So, you know, whether or not Real Madrid have decided to bite the bullet there, bite the bullet is not the right phrase I'm looking for. Whether Real Madrid don't really want him anymore, or don't consider him good enough anymore, is kind of by the by. At one stage they did, and if that is the case, there's something there. There is something there that Arsenal really need to hope they can tap into. It is a permanent move, which I like. Again, he is ours. I don't know what it is about that, but I'm not really into the loan thing. And the contract is until 2026. Mac Dolan. Let me just come over here. Mac, what's Mac saying? So we're signing the same players as last season when we finished 8th. Am I taking crazy pills? We literally have the same team with a new centre-back and 2 kids for the future who won't start regularly. This won't end well for us. Look, I'm trying to be positive here. I've got to be positive because I think people need me to be positive. I don't think you want me to go mad. I don't want to go mad. I think we should be over going mad. We know where we are. You've got to understand this club. Let's look at some other news. You're getting me down. I will spread a bit of positivity. I'm going to give you a bit of hope, lads. I hate to say it, but we're beating Chelsea, all right? We're beating Chelsea. Torreira, anyway, being linked to Roma. However, there's a kind of sticking point here because the relationship between Arsenal and Roma is apparently a little bit suspect, given the breakdown in talks with Granit Xhaka's move, and apparently Roma being unwilling to kind of pay the £20 million. 20 million. They wouldn't even pay 20 mil for Xhaka. What does that mean? What does that actually mean? Does that mean they've got no money? I don't know. Does it mean they've got no money? They don't want to pay over the odds? Is he just not worth that? No one wanted to pay 20 mil for international. Anyway. Okay, let's go to the next guy. Who's this? Marco, welcome to Elite Fraud. My actual son. My actual son. So much love for the support, bro. I appreciate you. JB Parisien. Have an espresso on me. Your sleep schedule needs it. I was in the Discord until 5 AM. If you want the late night exclusive chats, the exclusives, yeah, get in the Discord. Links in the description. If it isn't in the description, one of the mods will put it in the chat. Join the Discord. Join the conversation. There's always a bunch of frauds in there talking football and a whole bunch of other stuff as well. Neymar has 0.9 goals and assists versus top 6 Prem teams, which set the Prem alight despite his physicality. I mean, that is just, it's a given. It goes without saying. And obviously you would say that as well because you're a PSG fan. Anyhow, Torreira has also been linked with Lazio and Fiorentina, say Sport. What's this? I think this is an Italian paper. He's got 2 years to run on his contract at the Emirates. Wow, 2 years. Incredible guy. I haven't seen this guy for 2 years. Would he not be useful to Lucas Torreira? That's like a... Is he not good enough for the Prem? He was another one. He was getting a little bit bullied. He's very small. What do you think of Lucas Torreira? Let me go through some of these. Who's this we got here? Bin Wheelie says, what do you reckon about letting Willock go, Hugh? Seems closer to a Ramsey replacement that you've had in ages. No. Bagged 7 goals in half a season. Look, goal scoring midfielder, yes, but the difference between Willock and Ramsey is Ramsey's passing ability is he's elite. Willock's numbers on the majority of his attributes should be super high, but passing nowhere near. And as a midfielder, you can rely on Ramsey to be, you know, responsible with the ball when needed and attack at the right times. And I'm not sure that you could say the same for Willock. I actually think it's a good. I think it's a good deal. It's the best deal that Arsenal could have got. In terms of upgrading the midfield where necessary. You've got a Lokonga in there. It's quite, you know, capable of keeping things ticking over and also protective. Hopefully he isn't going to get bullied. He looks to be in a stronger position in terms of physicality than Guendouzi was when he arrived. And Ødegaard adds that little spice of creativity to it. It's also clear that they're trying to go young. Everybody is young. You've got 22-year-olds with Ødegaard. You've got 21-year-olds and 20-year-olds and 19-year-olds with Smith Rowe and Saka and Lokonga. It is a project, this, lads. And that's why, as an Arsenal fan, I'm sorry to say this, mate. I think I might actually go to the fucking game. And I don't know whether I feel like I'm so conflicted about it. Wow, so conflicted. Am I part of the problem because I want to watch my team? Should I be made to feel guilty because I want to watch my fucking team play football? I've waited. I've been locked up like a fucking caged animal for over a year. I deserve to go to a game of football. Well, maybe not deserve to, but I would like to go to a game of football. Yeah, it's what I like to do. You know, I will always stream if I can't, or I'll do a video or whatever. And sometimes I don't even want to stream. I just want to watch the football, but I actually want to go to the game. I'm also torn because, you know, I understand that means that here we go. You're saying, fucking hell, stand up, have a voice, protest, and you're walking in the fucking stadium, giving him the money again. The way that Arsenal are going to get Stan Kroenke, which ultimately to me is Arteta. I don't even really have. I didn't do Wenger hate. I couldn't ever have done that. I'm not going to do Arteta hate. It's just, to me, common sense says the common denominator is not the manager. It's the guy who's putting the managers in place, or who's making the decisions and, you know, pulling the trigger for the manager on this deal, that deal, whatever else it is. It's very difficult to argue with that at the moment, though, because the money that's being spent, if you look at the amount that's been invested in recent times, Arsenal are spending a lot of money. This is going to table it to over 100 million. And there are people who can, with strong face, say, is this team actually stronger than it was last season? And you came fucking 8th last season. So we will have to touch on that. Anyway, Bin Wheelie, much love for getting involved. Wow, Salman Shazad, balling out here. You are balling, yeah. my actual son. Appreciate the content. Have a biryani on me. Oh, that is so kind. Man, thank you, bro. I might actually get a biryani. Should we get a biryani tonight? Jeez. Mukbang. What's it called? Mukbang. Is it called a mukbang? Is any sort of food mukbang? Maybe we'll do one of them later. Great. Okay. Satchit Sanai, welcome to the Truth Frog Gang Members Club, my actual son. I appreciate you. Bobby. Let me see if I can find Bobby in here. See this. Farrick, much love. Tom Smith, you're an absolute hero. I don't want to miss anyone out. Chris Wheatley, watch that Chris Wheatley tweet. Hold on a second. I will go to the comments as well, because I can see a lot of people that are feeling the kind of conflicted. I'm torn. Afra Malik says, hey, Hugh, think you're feeling good about Chelsea may come from you beating us twice last season. I'm not sure Chelsea will win. Honestly, that is the majority of the kind of delusional state that I'm in regarding that. There's a little bit of me which says, you know what? We might be going through the wars, but we can beat this lot. We've beaten them before recently, and maybe they want to fucking prove. Listen, I like to remain impartial, but obviously, if you're thinking from an Arsenal perspective, as an Arsenal player, you just lost to Brentford. With all due respect to Brentford, who was, I'll shout and rave about them being the leads of this season, but honestly, those Arsenal players will be ashamed of themselves. They will want to fix up. They will want to have a good response. And there'll be a few of them who know that the transfer window isn't over. You're fucking not done here, bro. You're not done. Excuse my French. You're not done. It's not a given that you remain. Salman, what an absolute hero, bro. What a legend. Tom Bray says, Handyman Hugh, my actual son. We go again tonight. We go again. Tiling has been completed, except the little rub downs that you got to do afterwards. It's a lot of work to do, but now we can move on to some grouting. I've got to do some cornering and yeah, just fill in holes, sand that down, paint, boom, jeez. Yeah, work in progress, work in progress. As much as I personally love Mikel Arteta, says Tom, and believe in him, if we're not top 10 by Christmas, he has to go. Listen to yourselves, Tom. You know I love you, but bro, if we're not top 10 by Christmas, are we? Is this okay? Is that it then? See, again, do I have to reevaluate my expectations here? I'm expecting Arsenal to be higher than 10th before Christmas and after Christmas. If you're falling below 10th, it's problematic. Don't look at the don't send me a league table from now. It doesn't mean anything. That is... That is DJ, much love to your mother. GP, don't apologise for the comment. You're absolutely right. Disgraceful behaviour, which I still haven't fixed because I haven't had the time, basically. I will fix that, though. It's actually frustrating the life out of me. And it's too painful to do it with the... What are they called? You know, the little metal things. Noah Wheeler says Arsenal definitely need some leadership. Okay. Samad saying, Mr. Samad saying, you are part of the problem. Okay. You're part of the problem. Okay. I'm part of the problem. Huh. Maybe I am part of the problem. Maybe I am. Okay, so get this now, right? You're part of the fucking problem as well, mate. Yeah? We're all part of the problem because we're all slaves to the addiction. That's the whole point. Yeah? This is it's everybody's vice. This is the getaway. This is fucking my life. It's like my work. It's what I love. So am I to be held responsible? Do you know what I was even thinking? I was even thinking what I was saying about kits. It's nonsense. Go and buy the kit, bro. Go and buy the kit. If you've got the money to, at least. I think they're too expensive. I'll say that much. I do think they're too expensive. Especially for kids, man. They should have like... I know they've got a cheaper one, but they should have a cheaper one. Anyway, go and buy the kit. Because they've got the money already. You've got the money already. It's actually muggy. You're denying yourself the only sort of pleasure that you can get from the game. Because the fucking football's shocking, isn't it, really? So the fashion. Let's just cling on to the fashion. That's what we do best. Fashion. Oh, boy. Romelu Lukaku has been talking to the media about how he's ready to play Arsenal. Ready to make an impact, and how he's happy with the improvements that he's made at Serie A. Slightly worrying. Rahul Sujan says, trust the project. Well, look, if you believe in energy, or you believe that the fans are the 12th man, or that they can have any kind of impact, if no one is there, then how do we expect the football to ever improve if we're fighting against everything that they're trying to do? Look, I don't want to be that anti-guy. I just don't want to be that anti-guy. And I know that, I'm sorry to say this, but you men are full of shit. That's the fucking truth, yeah? You want to protest this minute, and then the next... You're protesting in a fucking new kit anyway. Like, what divvy fucking dons are you? I'm sorry, like, with all due respect, like, think about what we're doing here. You're paying... I'm paying fucking 200 quid a month for Sky, for fuck's sake. So I'm giving them the money anyway, regardless of whether I go to a game or not. And I want to watch the fucking game in the stadium that I've fucking been part of the fucking growth of. Well, that's the journey. That's the fucking home of the... That's the church. This fucking American Don, I'm sorry, he doesn't have a right to take away that pleasure from me. Now, I'm happy to do like almost anything to get him out, but I still need to watch the football. People are going to say, go and watch it in the pub. Yes, but no. Do you know what I mean? If I'm watching it in the pub, I may as well watch it at home. Watching it in the pub, like what? I don't even drink. Like, what am I doing in a pub? And I know myself, right? I know myself. I go to the game, I spend money. I spend so much money. I'll get the tube there. I know that's not much money, but I will get a cab back because I'm trying to get the video done, right? I'm buying food when I get there. I try to get there early, see some people, say hello to everybody and friends and whatnot, and then we move in. I might even get a second, like I'll get a burger and then I'll get the jerk chicken. The chicken, if they're still there, which I don't think they are anymore, but get the jerk, box of jerk, bit of rice, oh, banging with the sauce. Jeez, we're going in. Okay. I might, it depends how I'm feeling. I might even go into the shop, just have a little look. Just have a look. Most of the time I'm not going to buy anything. If it's cold, I'll buy a scarf. This is what I mean. I'm a fucking Arsenal fan, bro. Don't hold me accountable for your fucking fraudulence. But then, yeah. I feel guilty, don't I? Because I know the way to get them out is to not spend a penny. Don't watch Arsenal. Don't even talk about Arsenal. Because you know what I do with like that newspaper, for example, that we shall not speak of. I don't retweet them. I don't follow them. I've muted them. They don't exist in my world. That means when I go to buy the papers, that's not there. I just skip past that one. So much in the same way, you know, if everybody did that and you fucking and you frauds, massive frauds, keep quote retweeting these dons, yeah, when they're clickbaiting the absolute out of you, manipulating your vulnerable little brain, yeah, so that you fight against what is obviously BS, but also in the process give them the traction that they so desperately crave, then you are fucking part of the problem as well. So whatever we decide, and we will decide today. I'll decide today whether I'm going to go or not. I'm just feeling in two minds about it, but I'd like to listen to your, you know, honestly, if I can't go to the football, I don't actually have much. So, I'm not like these other YouTube dons as well, bro. I need to go to the football, you know? I need football. So I'm actually going to have to start doing, I've got to start doing exercise, right? So I'm going to join a team. We're going to join a team soon enough. Sign me up, yeah? Sign me up. Maybe that can be the escape. But until that happens, I'm at the stage now where I'm thinking, fucking hell, I might as well buy a couple of kits because I like the kits. The kits are nice. And you've got the fucking peas. You've got the money already. They've got the money already. Right? How do you feel? There is a protest, as we started with, on Sunday, 3 p.m, 22nd of August. Let me go through some of the comments. Just admit it, we're a shambles. Hugh, don't be a fraud. Hugh, love your work with System of a Down. Noah Wheeler says Trippier incoming. Hugh, would you take Lingard, says Toby Hanlon. Forget his dancing and that. Look, if you've got comments and questions, do get them in. Now's your chance. Now's your opportunity. Just go, not your fault. Anonymous T says, look, Hugh, go and enjoy it, mate. If the things doesn't pan out, you can leave. If all fans leave in the second half, that will send a message. Plus, you might get taped in the Amazon series. Oh, wow. This is the worst thing that could have happened to Arsenal. Wow. The Amazon series is going to be, it will be internet-breaking content. So, no doubt about it. Arsenal struggling to sell players that were going to leave, coming back, players getting the thing that we can't say on YouTube, players dancing and Ferraris and fashion haircuts. It's just, it's going to be wild. Oh, it's just sensational. The potential of sensational content. Okay. Check Twitter, Neve13_X. Do you think Odegaard is an attacking midfielder? I feel he's better as a centre mid. Okay, let's have a little looky on the small screen. This is what I'm going to do now. You get screened before you come on. Yeah, safety first. Have I spelled that correctly? Okay, Kian is here. And he is saying this is his potential lineup. So I'm going to bring him over here. Don't know if you can actually see that. So let me go over here. He has done a super chat. I'm going to pay him the respect that this little fraud deserves. My opinion, Arsenal should line up like this for Chelsea. Leno in goal. Pablo Murray. Ben White, I'm presuming, is always going to be on the right-hand side. I don't know. He's played a lot of his football on the right-hand side where Holding is over here. Lokonga, Ødegaard, that midfield is worrying me, bro. Ainsley, Tierney, Kieran Tierney. I like that. Kieran Tierney. Oh, did you see? I think it was West Ham under 18s. I mean, you probably didn't. Did you see West Ham under 18s? The state of you. Listen to you. Who are you talking to? West Ham under 18s, I think it was. Is it the under 23s or under 18s? They beat Arsenal 6-1 or something like that. And they had a player playing for them whose name was Thierry. It's under 23s. Have a look at this for a second. That lineup is extremely suspect. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for getting involved, Kian. I'm questioning your midfield choices. However, the formation, I think, is something that Arsenal could turn to. West Ham United's under 23s got their Premier League 2 Division 1 campaign after the perfect start with an emphatic 6-1 victory over Arsenal's under 23s. 6-1. What are you, lad? What are you on? What's going on? Miguel Aziz, my actual son, scoring from the spot in injury time. Here we go. Goals from Mipo Odubeko, Armstrong Okoflex, 3. Connor Coventry, that's a cool name. And Thierry Nevers. Okay, right. This lad is going to be about 16 years old or something like that, isn't he? He's 19. 19. Oh, my days. He was born in prime Thierry time. Oh, God. Oh. Do you think I could get away with calling my kids Thierry? Imagine. Do you think? I'm just doing the maths. Thierry Nevers. Incredible. This kid is born to thrive in the beautiful game. Reading Academy striker. Yeah, his parents are from London. Come on. Jeez. I'm just doing the maths. Anyway, yeah, random one. We move. Who's next? Let's go back over to these comments. These massive frauds. Okay, much love to Rodney K, who's become the latest member of the elite Fraud Gang Members Club. My actual son, much love for the support. You are appreciated. West Ham played 2 or 3 of their senior players. Thierry Wizzy, relax, bros, relax. Anyway, let's move over. I've actually got to go to the loo. I need a break. I've got to go to the loo for a second. I'll be back shortly. Little intermission. If you do want to get comments and questions in, or you want me to go through anything in particular, now is the time. Yeah, I'll be back momentarily. My actual sons. Much love for hanging out. Okay, right, I'm going to go over and check a whole bunch of messages that have come through. Let's have a little look and see exactly what's going on in. Mate, I can't believe this. Biryani. Jeez, I'm actually going to get a biryani in Shahzad's name. Good signing, says Odegaard. What's this? Waiting in the elevator. Can OR replace Ceballos or Torreira? Okay, let's have a look at some OR news, because there has been a development in the OR situation. Let me just close some of these windows. Odegaard, here we go. We have got Roma apparently want Lucas Torreira. Lukaku says he's fit and available for Arsenal against Chelsea on Sunday. Should we have a little listen to Romelu? What's he saying? What are you saying, Romelu?
Well, to be honest, I was really happy about the improvements that I made in the last couple of seasons. But you know, he's always saying that there is more work to be done, and I think that's the right mindset if you really want to achieve the maximum at the end.
Are you worried about Romelu Lukaku? As an Arsenal fan, he may well want to hit the ground running, mate. He may well be, well, he may well be truly one of the most lethal strikers in world football right now. He's certainly a handful. We've got to talk about this next. We will look at the Houssem Aouar situation. First, though, there are 3 headlines that have all appeared in the last few hours. The Mirror reporting that Tottenham are moving for Houssem Aouar after a helping hand from Arsenal. A helping hand from Arsenal? What are you talking about? Yeah, that's, you see, I'm vulnerable. I've clicked. I've got to click. Aouar is available and has been available. In fact, I think he's been wondering why Arsenal haven't made a bid, especially when he was probably our prime target last season, or one of them. The boost is okay. You see what I mean? Nonsense. Is this John Cross, bro? Darren Lewis. Darren, you should know better than that, mate. That's clickbait, really. That's real clickbait. The North Londoners have been handed a boost, with rivals Arsenal sealing a £30 million deal with Real Madrid to sign Norwegian international midfielder Martin Ødegaard. So Spurs handed a boost in their race or chase of Houssem Aouar by Arsenal signing Ødegaard. Ødegaard scored 8 goals and 4 assists in 33 appearances in all competitions last season, and club sporting director Juninho is looking to get a deal done. He's certainly one that could fix the problem of, oh god, we've got to talk about Ramsdale. He's certainly one that could fix the problem that I see in midfield, or at least with what Ødegaard lacked, he may well be able to bring in. Let's talk about Aaron Ramsdale. Sheffield United's manager, Jokanovic, has been talking about how he would be absolutely powerless to stop a move happening, and Ramsdale is super keen. The manager's actually come out and done an interview where he said when he joined the club, he was told that 2 players could be leaving very soon, and one of them obviously is, well, one of them is Sanderberger, who up until Ødegaard's deal being done, which I'm going to presume that it is now, would have been the record Norwegian transfer, and Ødegaard will top that, but he's another one that has been on the books of going out, and Ramsdale looks to be much the same. He wants to be a Premier League player, said the United manager, and I am talking with him. He believes it can be a good move for him, but it's not a bad thing for him if he stays with us. So basically what they're doing is trying to get as much money as possible, extracting as much as possible out of Arsenal, but it does look like Aaron Ramsdale is the prime goalkeeping target. Remy, my actual son, long time no see. Hope you're doing well, my son. Much love to your mother. I appreciate you. Wow, it seems a long time ago that we were having a drink in the Blind Pig. Incredible scenes. Has that place shut down? I heard it's shut down. Anyway, he says he is a talented English player and Arsenal are interested, thereby confirming the interest and I guess putting a little bit of pressure on Arsenal to get the deal done now because everyone knows we're actually going for Ramsdale. He says if he's one of the best players in the league, his price is high. If you ask me if I want to sell him for £100 million, I say no, but I understand the business side of the club. So Aaron Ramsdale is the player that we're going to have to look at where statistics are concerned. And I'm going to bring you over here to this little table. Who were the best shot stoppers in the Premier League last season? All non-penalty shots faced in the Premier League in 2021, excluding own goals, includes only players with 900 plus minutes played. So that's the equivalent of 10 games played. Okay, so at the top we can see Ødegaard and Emilio Martinez. Wow, incredible at the top. Goals prevented 4.7 for Emilio. Shrey Dimri, much love for subscribing, bro. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe. It really does help me out. And I would love you even more if you could drop the video a like. That would be super appreciated. For the guys who are going that extra mile, turn the bell notification on so you know exactly when I go live. It is quite often random. Well, it's always random, to be honest. Nick Pope in third place. Alfonso Areola is in fourth. That is incredible. He is just signed for West Ham United on loan, I believe. Alisson didn't actually play that much, but neither did Edison in comparison. Oh, they are playing that much. They're just not facing as many shots. Of course, that makes a lot more sense. So the better defenses, I guess this is leveled out by goals prevented, but the better defences is going to make the goalkeeper look better, of course, I guess. However, this is about being the best shot stopper. And where is he? Edison, Fabianski, Pickford, Leno in 9th. Wait, goals prevented minus 0.5. What does that mean? Does that mean he is the cause of half a goal? Please, someone confirm in the chat. I'm having a little bit of a problem with that. Henderson, Dubravka, De Gea, Mendy. Fucking hell, where is he? Okay. Right. Okay, 20th. Minus 3.7. 544 shots faced. Interesting that Matt Ryan is right down there as well. 544 shots faced. Expected goals conceded 56.3. Goals conceded 60. So he's conceding a lot more goals than he was expected to. They expect him to make more saves. Oh, good God. Okay. Someone send me a statistic that shows that he is really good, because I want to believe that he is young, has the potential to improve. He is being given international, call-ups. He is wanted by Sheffield United fans. Clearly, Arsenal believe in him. So they've got to be positives there. And I do remember one game in particular last season where Sheffield United were playing Liverpool and he made some sensational saves, was probably man of the match, even though they ended up losing 2-0. Was that really because he had such a bad defence in front of him? Of course, it's got to have something to do with that. And Arsenal do need a backup goalkeeper with at least a little bit of experience. Would he be happy to sit and play second fiddle to Bernd Leno? Possibly. Possibly. especially if Bernd Leno, as is expected, is going to be leaving the club sooner than was initially anticipated. What are your thoughts on that, though? Is that something that I should take seriously? Who were the best shot stoppers in the Premier League last season? Well, he's bottom of the list, basically. The only one who's worse is Kasper Schmeichel, and that will in itself surprise a few people, to say the least. Who's this? Richard E., much love for getting involved. You are an absolute hero. You are the newest member of the True Fraud Gang Members Club, and I appreciate you.
I'm so happy, believe me. I'm so happy. Happy New Year.
Okay. Who else have we got over here? We have Toro Itoi says, if the same club that thought Leno... Hold on a second. There we go. If the same club that thought Leno was better than Emmy and Runarsson was a Premier League keeper, I trust that Ramsdale is a good keeper. Oh, God. I see what you've done there. We are going to need to see him play. In fact, I might just... Should we do a little Ramsdale research right now? Ramsdale best saves. Come on, bro. Show me some world-class elite saves. Okay, right. First things first, English, right? That's the first thing we've got to note. Oh, that is that game against Liverpool. They went straight to it. He made great saves in this game. Some fantastic saves. And I think he's 23 years old. That is another top-class reaction save. Just in case that starts clicking. Okay. He's very brave. That's a positive I'm going to give him. That's a fantastic save. Bloody hell. Okay, okay. Listen. What I'm seeing so far, I cannot fault, right? He's being written off. That is not great. That's not great. That's not great. I don't want to see that ever. Do not ever do that in an Arsenal shirt. Punching it back into the path of the attack is not. That's an amazing save. Wow. Oh, this is against Arsenal. Oh, wow. He's world class. Oh, what are you on about, lads? He's world class. Huh? Oh, what a save. Mate. Oh, mate. Are you seeing this? He's better than Leno, bro. Okay, we need to see what his passing's like. Saves pens. Huh? Look at this. Look at this boy. Oh, mate, I might be getting myself a Ramsdale shirt. Oh, I'm the biggest fraud out. You got to back your club as well. Do you know what? I've got to say this, right? All the, you know, we can do all the news and have a look at all that. Yeah, look, these players play for the teams that you all want to play for. It's all your dream, and that's why I guess you'll want the best players. Arsenal aren't going to get the best players, but this guy, he's got a good highlight reel. To be fair, Gervinho had an amazing highlight reel too. He looked world class on YouTube, so let's just relax a little bit. Swings the cross in. Oh, mate, he's like a panther. These reactions. Wait, a panther's quick or slow? Cheetah. You've got the reactions of a cheetah. Sensational. Leno was top of the goalkeeping stats in 1920. People think one season of stats defines players instead of just telling you what happened that season. Stats don't all have future predictability. Indeed, there's nothing to say that you turned up for a 3-month period and were lazy, didn't get involved and couldn't be bothered, or you had something going on. And those stats should not define you, because for the next 3 months you could be sensational scenes of glorious emotion. Incredible. Okay, Through ball, 1-on-1. Redmond, brave. He's brave. Throws himself down into the fire. He's going to need that at Arsenal. We live in the flames. Strong, both-handed save. That's Mohamed Salah breaking free. Saves with the foot too. Saves with the foot. Oh. Collecting crosses. Something that we're going to need to talk about. Okay, solid. That wasn't really that challenging. Okay, decent, decent. Oh, dangerous. How are you going to deal with this, baby? Oh, big. He's... Ooh, listen. YouTube's... He's passing the test so far. Is it a hashtag get excited? Be excited? Or are we not? Are we not at that stage? I could be watching... Safe to say Ballon d'Or 20s. DT's better than Leno. Wow, incredible. As someone who watched a lot of Sheffield, as someone, I guess he's saying, says Nicholas David, as someone who watched a lot of Sheffield United, he faced a lot of one-on-ones because the defence was so bad. Although after watching Arsenal against Brentford, he might be dealing with that again. Indeed. How's his back? Says Drew Doc. Don't want him. Oh, sorry. Says JW. Don't want him injuring himself picking the ball out of the net. The best way to evaluate keepers via YouTube is, in my opinion, is to watch games where the keeper gives up goals. Okay. Well, Sheffield United got battered quite a few times last season, so let's just look up their 2021. Right, I'm just going to have a quick look at this. No, actually, I shouldn't do that. I should just talk to you guys. It's rude. Lukaku is just a fat Kenwyn Jones. Lack of threat is levels above. Wow. Incredible. Incredible scenes. Ty, hope you're well, mate. I don't know if that's actually, I doubt that's actually you. You wouldn't type something like that. Harry Kane has tweeted, I'm going to bring this over and to your attention. England's captain, Sir Harold, Arsenal fan, says, another session in the bank. That is going to be très intéressant to go through. Let's have a look at the quote tweets. Dear Harry, there's so much more to life than money. I'm sure you're experiencing this with your lovely family. Can you imagine actually winning trophies? The trophies you crave with us, having a statue and breaking all records with Tottenham and being worshipped forever by all Spurs fans. Wow. Wow. They want to keep him prisoner. They want to keep him locked up. No way this bozo sacked his brother to pay his new PR team 109k a year to post this. Wow. Apart from saying bye to Lamella, this is the first Spurs-related tweet from Kane since May. Coincidentally, tweeted the same day it's reported that City are going after Vlahovic. Oh my God, are they actually going for Vlahovic? Or is it Fiorentina? Fiorentina consider £31.5 million Everton man as replacement to Atletico Madrid bound Dusan Vlahovic. Near €70 million transfer. He's basically one of the best young strikers in Europe. I think he's 21, is he? 21 years old, yes. He is looking... Mate, we should be all over that. What the fuck are we doing? Oh my God. Man City talks intensify for Vlahovic from Football Italia. Negotiations reportedly progressing rapidly between Fiorentina, Vlahovic and Manchester City leaving Tottenham and Atletico Madrid behind. Their interest has only emerged this afternoon from Sara Maini, who is a TGR RAI Toscana reporter. Is that you? It is indeed. This is translate bio, please. She is an Italian journalist who is saying, translate please. Beautiful. You've got to love that feature. I don't know how I would have read any of the AFC Bell without this. Vlahovic approaches the Manchester City. Fiorentina's onerous. I think it's onerous. Yeah. Fiorentina's onerous proposal seems not enough, but the player is ready to say goodbye to the Firenze. Wow. The next few hours are decisive. Oh my word. I think that is such a good deal if they do that. That is a much better deal than Harry Kane. That could sound mad. That could sound mad. Harry Kane is proven. You know exactly what you're getting. In fact, it's just if you can get that done, you may as well get it done. Money is no object to these guys, so I don't know why I'm even talking about it like that. But if it was like my club, we should be all over this. This is us. We should be all over this, mate. Where are we? Honestly, fucking clueless, mate. They'll come to this guy in 4, 5, 6, 7 years when he's 28. Manchester City now likely to sign Fiorentina striker as an alternative if Kane's deal falls through. 21-year-old scored 3 goals less than Lukaku playing... Lukaku? Wow, the Claxons. 21-year-old scored 3 goals less than Lukaku playing for a less fancied team. Would do well playing in front of KDB. JG. Oh, Jack Grealish. I was like, who the fuck is that? And Riyadh. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's go through the chat. We have Amit Mishra says, part of me, Liverpool fan, loves the Schadenfreude. Part of me wants you to be competitive again. Oh, you enjoy watching me suffer, is that what you're saying? Ødegaard is class. Great work with the channel. Much love, Amit. I appreciate you. I'll just bring you up so you can see a little fraudulent head on the screen for a second. Manchester City now likely to sign Fiorentina striker. That is the news coming out of Italy anyway, and that tweet is from 420, so she is definitely got the flavours on deck, or she is the source herself. That's an hour ago, I think. We have got... Who else have we got in here? Much love to everyone that's getting involved. I appreciate you. Let's keep this conversation going with Warren Medeiros. Is your favourite number 88, like Arteta? Oh, wow. Funny guys in the chat. Comedians. All types and shapes and sizes are welcome. Yep. No discrimination on this channel apart from Smurf-sized dons, okay? Smurf-sized dons. You're just making life too expensive, you know? Trying to provide, you know, the garments for the gang, but we can't stretch it to... That works with the supersizers as well, bro. Work with me. Okay, you put in a little bit of work and I'm going to put in the work as well and we'll meet halfway. I can't do the triple XL, I'll do the double XL, all right? Meet me halfway, come on. Help me out. Help me to help you. Is that all right? Something like that. Warren, much love for getting involved. I appreciate you. We have a Ramsdale compilation to watch. An exclusive Ramsdale compilation from Run, Reese, Run. Run, Reese, Run. Sensational scenes. Will Reese Nelson be going to Brighton on loan? There have been reports that he has been seen, I was going to say in the Hove and Albion, but that's not a thing. Oh yeah, we've got to go through his video. We'll have a little listen to that in a second. You're wondering who that random guy is. I will explain very shortly. Martin Ødegaard news, if you have just joined us, is of course the one that has got the tongues wagging. Let me just see if I can actually do this legally. I reckon it's probably best for me to bring that up here. Yes. Safety first. Do you know what I mean? This is for, can I just say, YouTube, if you're watching this and you're trying to like strike me or something, this is for educational purposes, yeah? Okay. Oh, don't make me bring the Copyright Act on your client, yeah? All right, cool. Right, Ramsdale. Okay, I like the look of the first clip there. Let me just see what that is. It is essentially him smashing the ball up. He can kick it quite far. All right, that's quite useful. Okay, passing it out the back. What do you like? Passing it out the back. We're going to need you to be able to pass it out the back, my son. Oh no, you're just booting it again. You're booting it. You're booting it. Okay. Oh, that's great. That's great. We like that. Can we win headers? Debatable. We'll see. There he is. He can pass with his... Is he left-footed? Wait, hold on. Wait, replay that. Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. No, he's... Oh, he's comfortable on both feet. Oh, sensational scenes. Okay. He looks comfortable on both feet. That's a left-footed pass there. He's got a bit of curl on it. It's got pinpoint accuracy on it. And this is something that Bernd Leno struggles with right here. Passing it out the back. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Dink over into midfield. Sort of to no one, but into the right holes. And that's what Arsenal are trying to do. I should say something about exactly what I was talking about with why I feel that there is a little bit of hope for Arsenal in terms of some of the things that I was seeing having watched the Brentford game again. I'm going to point to a picture in particular if I can find said picture. Bear with me a second. Okay, that is what I'm after right here. Okay, this is beautiful. Here we go. Okay, let me just bring this over here. This is a tweet that, again, hopefully doesn't get me a strike or anything like that, but I'm going to bring it up. Much love to everyone who's in the chat. I'm coming to the comments. Looking for something to justify Rams. Oh, fuck yeah, no. Funny. Mate, look, let me live. Let me live. No other top club needs Ramsdale. Odegaard is a waste of money. Wow, incredible. Read the chat, Fraud Lord Daddy. I'm here reading it. It's upside down and too small. Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to see it, mate. It's for me to watch and to just... Okay. I'm going to try and play this one, though, in the background. This is a tweet from Matt AFC. So if you want to ban anyone, ban him, yeah? Not me. So, actually, no, don't ban him. Don't ban him. Don't ban him. Don't do that. Sorry, mate. Didn't mean to... He says, how many times have we seen this from Xhaka? I genuinely think it would be close to 50 at this point. Now, this is, I'll bring you over here and we'll do it step by step so that we don't get stricken. Ahad Samad says, Hugh, please don't try to be positive. There's nothing to be positive about. Wow, cool. What a way to live. Well, what should we do then? Should we just curl up and die? Should we just... What's the choice? What have we got? What are your alternatives? Because I hate to tell you this, but your negativity, your you know, protests and banners and whatnot, it's not working, is it? It's not worked. So okay, let's go down, big army, and see what happens. Just actually not an army, not going anywhere. I'm inside, I'm indoors, don't go out. Might go for a walk. 3 o'clock. Sunday, North London might do, don't know, unconfirmed reports. Allegedly, that is an option if you want to go for a walk as well. Apparently, you know, it's walkies. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I am at this point. I'm a dog on a chain, on a leash, the Arsenal leash, yeah? Chained to the kits, chained to fashion, chained to clinging on to the hope that this something can happen. And look, this is why I'm getting the hope, okay? Let me bring it down so you can actually see this. Okay. Now, hold on. Oh, pause. You pause. Pause. Okay, beautiful. Fuck hell. If we're gonna get it, we're gonna get it now. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? We're risking it for a biscuit. We've got something to analyze here. Listen, YouTube, don't be a fraud, all right? I'm gonna make myself bigger so you can't see. Look, there's nothing to see here, all right? I'm gonna have to go there. I'll pause it frame by frame, right? Okay, as we can see here, we're looking at Arsenal against Brentford. Sensational. Let me just go through those comments. Hold on. Jack Wilkins says, why aren't we going for Onana, 5 million over 25 million Ramsdale? And Kevin PK says, my son, are the hopes being lifted? You're not sponsoring me, you little fool. Everyone knows what fucking Coca-Cola is, you do, fucking hell. Incredible. Okay. Bernd Leno has the ball. As you can see, Arsenal are thinking about playing it out of the back, as per usual. And with Brentford's press being so intense, we can already see, I'm going to presume that that is Ivan Toney at the top of the picture. We can also see, if we go slightly further down, I think that was the number 19, Buemo. And we can see 3 onrushing midfielders as well approaching Arsenal's danger area. Now, let's look at the positioning of the Arsenal players. We have got Ben White standing over here. We have got Granit Xhaka over here. We have got Callum Chambers up here. For Mikel Arteta's idea for this pattern of play to work, for us to be able to break out from the back by passing it calmly and precisely, you are going to have to be sharp. You are going to have to be in space and ready to receive the ball. And there is an "and" in capital letters, whilst being ready to receive the ball, you are going to have to know where you're passing to. Basics. It's just basics. Before you get the ball, know that there's someone there that you can rely on. If anything, you want 2 options. The smartest players, 3 options. However, let's keep it basic for you, Dons. Your baby steps. 1 option. So, I'm looking at this already and I see shapes. Right? You want to be able to see shapes because that in turn gives you angles for options. Bernd Leno has 2 options here as far as I'm concerned. I don't feel that this pass down here to Ben White is on. So that's not an option. I can't really see what's going on out here, but his body position is turned away from the left back. So I'm going to presume that he's just not interested in going out here anyway, which leaves him with 2 options. He's got a ball to Granit Xhaka, and probably, even though you would think a better option, it's probably a slightly riskier option because of the incoming left winger could be Canos. Granit Xhaka is the sensible pass to make. Now, making that pass, we're going to play the tape. He's making the pass, okay? I'm just going to pause it there, just for a second. Again, the start of the shape that we can potentially see here is, he's got an option here, and he's got an option here. All right, and these 2 are an option for themselves. So you've got a nice little triangle there, and 3 should be able to beat 1. That's fucking basics, right? That should be the beginning of Arsenal coaxing Brentford through this press that they're so keen on to put pressure on Arsenal with simple one-touch football as the next passage of play. Granit Xhaka knows that he is left-footed and he is going to receive the ball on his left foot. For anyone that's saying that this is the wrong move from Bernd Leno, I hate to tell you this, but the pass is as good as he can possibly get. Ball is now approaching Xhaka and left winger is closing in on him, which is sucking that press and Brentford's squad or Brentford's lineup into this, where are we? This area over here, right? We're moving. How do the weathermen do this? Make it look so easy. It's not. They're going from here and we're going to end up over here. We're dragging them out and that is going to leave Callum Chambers in a lot of space. Now, if Granit Xhaka was right-footed or had eyes in the back of his head, I guess, or just knew that Chambers was clear, he could take a touch and it's one pass out to Chambers. Either that or probably the option which is better for what Arsenal are trying to do, which is suck that Brentford press in so that they can then play the ball into space and break away, is the square pass to Ben White. Now, Jack has taken a touch here. To me, he's dithering. There is no reason for you to be taking a touch, but okay, you've taken the touch. There is then even more dithering. There's mind-boggling dithering, to be quite honest. And again, each to their own. My opinion is that was shocking. A shocking amount of time. It's only a split second, but this is elite level football, lads. You cannot be dithering on the ball, taking the ball under control. What he does, he actually takes the ball. Oh, we can do slow motion. He is about to receive the ball. You can see the ball clearly. The line of sight is uninterrupted throughout. Please, YouTube, allow me. Okay, allow me. He's going to then take a touch. There's taking the touch. Right. As he's taking this touch, he's got a decision to make, right? Is he going to go square to Ben White with his left foot naturally? As he's just controlled the ball with his left foot, you would presume that's what he's going to do. He's ignoring Callum Chambers and his body shapes away from him. So Ben White is the obvious pass. Now, it's at this stage that he's robbed of the ball and Brentford can go on the attack. However, if at this stage right here, Granit Xhaka passes to Ben White, I would presume that that could be a Lokonga or a Thomas Partey under normal circumstances. Then it is simply one dinked ball out to Callum Chambers and Arsenal suddenly have a massive advantage with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of Brentford's side sucked in and totally fucking irrelevant as far as the next passage of play goes. That is what Mikel Arteta is going to want to be doing. And unfortunately, the players have let him down. Let me know your thoughts, because it was going to be a still image that I was going to break that down with, but you can see how much space Callum Chambers is in. And if you've got a speedy right back, especially, who's able to bomb up and down the pitch like Kieran Tierney can, or like Hector Bellerin could in his prime, and can sometimes, then that is potentially dangerous. It is then down to the likes of Nicola Pepe or Saka or whoever else it is to unlock the defence in the final third. But that is, as this guy has said, incredibly frustrating, infuriating to watch a professional player taking that long to think about things. Anyhow, we will move this one on, especially because YouTube are probably going to come for my Clark now. So, yeah. Chat, where are we? Let's move over here. We can't see it. Hopefully you saw it, because I did bring it up. Okay, we've got Fabrizio Romano updates. Thank you for letting me know. We've got his page open here, so we will just switch over. Scrolling down, you can see that he has tweeted about Andreas Pereira. Andreas Pereira's loan deal is completed. He is moving to Flamengo. Sensational. Huh. I've actually been to their stadium. That's the only So they're the if you go to a country, you got to choose a team, right? You got to choose a club. Like I've gone to Turkey, Fenerbahce, it's my team. Spain, I have to say, it's probably Atleti or Cadiz, but probably Atleti. Where else? I guess Italy, it's got to be Roma. In the States, Red Bulls. These are just, just to follow. I check the scores. If they've got a nice kit, might have a look at the kit. We'll think about it. Got the Flamengo kit. And he's been begging for first team football. So, it's probably nigh time that he got on with his career. And if he can do that, there, fair play to him. Flamengo are closing in. They're also closing in on Kennedy deal with Chelsea. The agreement is in its final stages. We've also got, what has he also tweeted about? Fiorentina president Commisso, who's been talking about Vlahovic to Atleti, Spurs or Man City. He says, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm planning to keep Vlahovic this summer. I want him to stay. But if we receive a bid for 100 million euros, I'll think about it. Okay, right. So basically, they know that Man City have got that money to spend on Harry Kane. And if you've got that money to spend on Kane and you think you're getting a 21-year-old who's in the form of his life and potentially could be one of the world's best very shortly, you've got another thing coming. City, we can't see you, fraud. What? Oh, I've still got the same message up. Sorry. City are... They're going to be taken to the cleaners at this rate. Everyone knows that they've got the cash to splash. Spurs are not planning any bid for Nikola Milenkovic after talks collapsed with West Ham. He's now discussing a contract extension with Fiorentina. Ace Boogie saying we need to let them know Willian is available. Sensational. Hopefully we don't get banned for playing that. Anyhow, let's go through some of the... Oh, we've got these. Hold on. Sorry, I haven't done this. That's a great comment there. Idris Malik with the hard-hitting home truths. Kennedy, that Chelsea player of the future. Oh, you're having a dig. George Arnold says, would you simp for me? I mean, fix up, George. Sort it out. Massive fraud. Rewatching Newcastle, I guarantee Joe Willock will lead their surge into Europe's elite. The combination play is truly elite. You've used the word elite there twice in the space of 2 sentences. Try not to do that. Your vocabulary can be extensive if you carry on reading. I'm such a knobhead. I haven't had any food. Sorry. I take it back. I take it back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Didan? Which one is it? Didan or Didan? Celtics. Is that Kemba Walker? Kemba Walker, the new New York Knicks signing. Sensational scenes. Hugh, what would you like to see this season? Are we talking about in terms of a finish league position? What's this? Someone said they were tricked by Thierry to support Arsenal. When you're at a theme park, but you remember you support Arsenal. Hold on. What's this? I just wanted to check I wasn't going to get the copyright, but... Hold on. It says when you're at a theme park, but you remember you support Arsenal. This is a good tweet. This is what it's like being an Arsenal fan these days. You're just dead inside. Not a lot excites me. I don't get excited very easily. I can't get excited very easily. But I don't want to do this. No, don't sap my energy. No, you're not sapping me, mate. You're all fucking like succubi out here, mate. Positivity, yeah. We'll beat Chelsea. Beat Chelsea, draw against City. Jeez, we're back. 4 points from 3 games. Oh, that's awful. Wow, awful start. It's such a hard start though, isn't it? Ridiculous start. They've done it on purpose as well. They've actually done it on purpose. I'm 100% positive this is not a coincidence. Much love to everyone who is tweeting me. What's this? Man City facts. Dusan Vlahovic destroying everyone in Manchester in 2021. Is he going to be playing for Manchester City? Should we have a little look at his... Let's have a little look. Oh, what? Curler. Left-footed. He's already superior. He's left-footed. He's a lefty. Oh, that touch is a bit dark. Oh, world-class. Elite. Elite finish. Not world-class. Just relax. Relax. God. The pictures are a bit dodgy out there as well, so you got to forgive that little bobble. We did well to control it. Good in the air. No, not in the air. Bang. Oh, clinical. Strong. Bottom right. No messing around. Scout Nation. Shout out to Scout Nation. Yeah? But you already know I've been around the block with Scout Nation. Actual. Very nice. You are fucking 6 yards out, but whatever. Okay, strong. That looked like the... Oh, I thought that was the ref he was holding off there for a second. Can we just do a little break? We'll do a little wave so that we, you know, it's not illegal. Not playing this video. Definitely different. Okay.